Welcome to the harsh peaks of the ancient Andes, where the freezing winds of the late Miocene whisper stories of two legendary predators about to meet. High above the clouds, a titan of the air watches the world below, its presence alone casting a dark omen over the frozen landscape of history. Meet the Argentavis, the largest flying bird to ever exist, possessing a vision so sharp it can spot a heart beating from miles above the earth. Beneath the cliffs, though lurking in the shadows of a deep cavern, the Smilodon prepares its lethal blades, ready to defend its title as the ultimate land killer. One rules the endless sky with wings of thunder, while the other dominates the earth with muscles of iron and teeth designed for a quick execution. Today, we witness a clash that transcends time. A battle between the master of the winds and the king of the frozen forests. Who survives? Two apex predators, two different worlds, and only one goal: survival. This is the ultimate confrontation of the Ice Age, where every mistake leads to death. Will the sky claim another victim, or will the earth swallow the bird whole? Let us dive into the mechanics of this prehistoric death match. Argentavis magnificens was a true fortress of the sky. To understand its power, we must look at the incredible physics that allowed this giant to fly. With a wingspan reaching 7 meters, this avian monster was as wide as a small airplane, thus making it a terrifying sight for anything on the ground. Weighing nearly 70 kilograms, it was built for power. Every feather was a specialized tool designed to master the unpredictable winds of the prehistoric Andes. Imagine a bird so large it matches the size of a modern light aircraft. It was a biological marvel that pushed the limits of aerodynamic evolution. Its bones were hollow yet incredibly strong, providing a lightweight frame that could withstand the massive forces of high-speed dives and heavy aerial maneuvers. By utilizing thermal updrafts, it could stay airborne for hours with minimal effort, patrolling its vast territory like a living, breathing, high-altitude surveillance drone. But its true weapon was gravity. When it spotted prey, it transformed into a living missile, diving from the heavens at speeds that defied belief. And the kinetic energy generated in a 500-meter dive was enough to shatter bone on impact, turning the bird into a lethal force of pure physics. It was not just a scavenger. It was an airborne assassin that used the entire sky as its hunting ground, striking with the power of a storm. On the ground, a different kind of power ruled. Smilodon populator, the largest of the saber-toothed cats, was a masterpiece of terrestrial predatory evolution. Weighing up to 400 kilograms, this beast was built like a tank. It relied on brute strength to overwhelm prey that was often much larger. Its iconic 18-centimeter saber teeth were not for chewing, but for delivering a precise, surgical strike to the most vulnerable parts of its victim's throat. Unlike modern lions, the Smilodon had immensely powerful front arms, designed to pin down struggling prey with enough force to prevent any chance of escape, as its bite was a work of lethal precision. By targeting the carotid artery, it could end a life in seconds, minimizing the risk of injury during the hunt. It didn't need a high bite force. It had gravity, weight, and the most specialized dental weaponry in the history of the mammalian carnivore lineage. Watch as it easily brings down a giant ground sloth. This cat was a master of the grapple, using raw mass to neutralize its opponent's defenses. Its every movement was dedicated to ending the fight quickly. The Smilodon was a specialist in close-quarters combat, where strength and precision were the only laws. This was the king of the ground, a predator that feared nothing, armed with the most efficient killing tools the Ice Age had ever produced. To determine the winner, we must analyze the dynamic conflict between two completely different hunting philosophies: aerial impact versus terrestrial grappling and brute force. The Argentavis depends on the speed of its descent. The Smilodon depends on the stability of its four legs and its massive center of gravity. If the bird hits its target at full speed, the kinetic energy alone could be enough to break the cat's spine or cause massive internal trauma. However, the Smilodon has a critical weakness. Like most cats, its upward visibility is limited, making it vulnerable to a sudden, vertical strike from above. But if the bird misses and lands on the ground, the situation reverses instantly. On the earth, the Argentavis is slow, awkward, and completely outclassed. In terms of raw speed and the element of surprise, the Argentavis holds a massive advantage that can end the fight before it even begins. But in a test of durability and endurance, the Smilodon is far superior. It can take a hit that would shatter the bird's fragile hollow wings, The battle is a high-stakes gamble. One animal is a glass cannon, while the other is a heavy brawler. Who makes the first move matters most. A for the Argentavis. A miss is a death sentence. For the Smilodon, a failure to react means a broken neck. The margins for error are 0. The stage is set. Atop a narrow ridge in the Andes, a fresh kill has attracted the two most dangerous creatures of the prehistoric world. The great bird circles, its scream a challenge to the predator below. It will not let this meal go without a fight for dominance. The Smilodon does not back down. It stands its ground, muscles coiled like a spring, eyes locked on the feathered titan descending from the orange sky. The Argentavis strikes first, not with its claws, but with a gale of wind and dust, using its wings to disorient the ground-based killer. The cat strikes back with a blind lunge, its massive paws swatting at the air. It only needs one solid hit to end this aerial harassment. Success! The eagle's talons find their mark, tearing through thick fur and muscle, as the impact nearly knocks the 400-kilogram cat off the cliff edge. But the Smilodon is fast. It catches the bird's wing mid-flight. A devastating blow that sends a spray of blood and feathers into the sunset. The bird's flight is compromised. It wobbles in the air, the grace of its movements replaced by a desperate struggle to stay above the ground. Grounded and bleeding, the Argentavis faces its worst nightmare. It is no longer an aerial assassin. It is a target on the open earth. The cat charges, sensing victory, but the giant bird has one last trick, using its massive wingspan to hop and dodge the lethal pounce. A brutal exchange. Teeth meet feathers, and a sharp beak meets soft tissue. Both predators are wounded, their blood mixing on the ancient mountain soil. They pause, assessing the damage. The ridge is silent except for their heavy breathing. The cost of this meal has become far too high. In this encounter, the ground holds its prize, and the bird escapes with its life. But the Smilodon remains the undisputed master of the earth. As the moon rises, we reflect on the outcome. This battle shows that even the most powerful flyer cannot easily overcome a specialized land predator. Statistically, the Smilodon holds the edge due to its sheer mass and durability. However, the Argentavis always remains a deadly threat from above. Survival in the Ice Age was not about who was strongest, but who could adapt and choose their battles wisely in a world without mercy. If you enjoyed this prehistoric clash, subscribe for more epic battles between the greatest monsters to ever walk or fly across our planet. Who do you believe is the ultimate predator? Share your thoughts in the comments below and join the debate on these ancient titans. Goodbye.